There is a desperate need for respite care in Ontario that is offered in a timely and individualized way, and with funding supports that are appropriate for the demand. Please meet Jessica. She is a caregiver of a child diagnosed with autism. Jessica and her partner are so tired and burnt out, but are also desperate for a break. But they continue to worry that they will be stuck in an unsupportive respite situation again. In addition, they are also unable to pay for respite care out of pocket, so they are forced to wait upon the Ontario government for funding supports. The Ontario government provides funding for respite in only two ways. First, is Special Services at Home, which is a program that has many barriers. First, the 1 to 2 year long waitlist to receive any funds at all, and secondly, when the funding does arrive, families must still pay upfront and wait upwards of 30 days for reimbursement. The other program is called the one-time interim, which is a payment exactly as it sounds. You receive the money once and once only. Jessica and her partner have experienced a lack of needs-based care that previous respite providers have offered. These workers often ignore their son's voice and choice, and the programs are not tailored to his interests and needs. Because of these negative experiences, Jessica and her partner are seeking more needs and interest-based supports. However, they are becoming disheartened quite quickly, as there doesn't seem to be any funding or supports that meet this criteria. Before we continue with Jessica and her family, I would like to introduce you to Carson. He is a student in the MSW program at his local university in Waterloo. He is seeking a meaningful and fulfilling learning experience for his year-long practicum in the human services field. He has experience supporting neurodiverse people and would like the opportunity to find an agency or organization that focuses on meaningful inclusion and the amplification of client voices. Here is where Irise, individualized respite care innovative with student engagement, enters the human services field and solves the difficulties being experienced by Carson, Jessica, and her family. Irise is stepping in to change the narrative. The Irise program is staffed by 5 social workers and 1 human resources administrator. It will collaborate with local universities and colleges that offer practicums in the human services field. Practicum students will apply and interview for a position, and if successful, be placed with 1 Irise social worker and another practicum student. Each team will consist of 3 to 5 clients who share similar interests that align with the skills and interests of the practicum students to then provide needs-based respite support. When an Irise social worker and practicum student team are made, they will then meet with the families to discuss their needs and wants for respite care. This includes the needs and wants of all members in the family, most specifically, the individual receiving respite support. Together, we create a schedule that best suits the family and that centers voice, choice, and autonomy. Now that you've heard about Irise, let's talk about the funding opportunities, its partnerships, the system disruption, and the social outcomes. Irise will be financially supported through a social impact bond in partnership with TD Bank. This innovative funding model is possible because of the already existing OAP funding. The social impact bond funds will cover the salaries of the 6 Irise staff and enable us to offer community activities, some of which will have a small cost associated. It will also pay for staff travel expenses and, of course, incidentals. Using the intermediary model, the Government of Ontario and the TD Bank will collaborate to create a fair contract. Upon completion of the first year of the Irise program, we will provide both parties with the data collected on the achievement of the social outcomes. This social innovation creates multiple partnerships within the community. These partnerships will be with universities and colleges, offering practicum students the opportunity to provide respite care to autistic individuals in the Kitchener, Guelph, Cambridge, and Waterloo areas. And of course, once again, TD Bank, the OAP program through the Ontario government, and the Irise team. The Irise program will aim to achieve 4 social outcomes. First, cutting the respite care funding waitlist. Secondly, amplifying the voice, choice, and autonomy of autistic individuals receiving respite care. Thirdly, providing meaningful practicums for post-secondary students. And finally, removing the barriers of respite care and providing needs-based support services. Within these social outcomes also brings system disruption. First, challenging the norm of blanket services for all autistic people. And 2, challenging the ideology that outrageously long waitlists are just part of free healthcare in Ontario. In conclusion, we need to assess the Irise program to understand its sustainability and ability for future growth in other communities. First, we will assess the changes in the OAP waitlist. how many people got off of the waitlist, and how quickly that happened. Secondly, using a survey model and through personal interviews, a collection of qualitative data will be completed. We will collect client data, staff data, caregiver data, and practicum student data. The combination of qualitative and quantitative data collection with thorough analysis will provide a well-rounded understanding of the Irise program's success rate and will also provide TD Bank and the government with the information it requires to continue on with social impact bonds for future innovations.
Created using Powtoon.